The other day I was being interviewed by a reporter who asked me a question. If you had just one tip to give to novice bear baiters, what would be the most important thing that you could say to them? Now, I hate questions like that when you consider the strategy of bear baiting and everything that's involved, from general and specific location to types of baits to baiting strategy as far as frequency and how much bait and so forth. It's very difficult to say that there's just one thing. Well, I kind of tricked her because I included two things in my answer, and my answer was, I would say use quality bait and plenty of it. And I'll tell you why I say that and why I believe that's so important. You've probably heard of somebody who's killed bears by using some candy or maybe a few loaves of stale bread or table scraps or something like that. But to consistently kill bears, and especially big bears, you've got to use quality bait that brings them back over and over and over again. You want to be able to fill them up so they lay up nearby, and then that way when they're hungry, they're right in the area. This is important because when the bear comes to your bait, you want him to be rewarded so he'll keep coming back. It's like training a dog in a way, I guess you could say, because each time he does what you want, show up at your bait site, he gets a reward, so he continues to do what you want him to do. And if he shows up there and doesn't find anything to eat, you ran out of bait, or you don't have good quality bait, he's liable to go elsewhere. If you have other people baiting the bears nearby, you might never see him again. So you want him to keep coming back, and you want him to get rewarded by having quality food there, food that competes with the natural foods, has lots of high carb content like sugars and natural type foods, such as trail mix that has nuts and peanuts and dried fruits and raisins and things like that in it. That's why one of the reasons why trail mix is so good. Pastries are super high in carbohydrates and sugars, which is what the bears are looking for, particularly in the fall. They're trying to put on fat for the winter. So you're giving them what they want and what their body tells them they need, first of all. Secondly, you're filling them up so they just go up and lay up nearby, and that way when they're hungry again, they're close. So out of all the things that are important, location is important and all these other things I mentioned, I would say that more than anything else, having quality bait and having plenty of it so the bear is rewarded every time he shows up at the bait site, that would be the most important tip that I could give a novice bear baiter.